This program is classified MA. It contains strong adult themes, strong sex references, nudity, and some coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
People, when they look at me, don't initially think, oh, she's in the sex work industry. I look a bit like a girl next door, maybe the type of person who went to a private school and works, a respectable job. I'm proudly a sex worker.
There's no longer any covering it up. In the digital age, bonking, banging, smashing, call it what you will, is booming.
It is everywhere. You just open your phone, open your computer, and there she is.
Fortunately for me, I'm becoming their guilty pleasure.
Let me see that strut.
Sex, in all its wonders, is enormous on our small screens. And for those daring enough to get in on the act, the financial rewards are mind-blowing.
The fact is, there is a lot of money to be made, and they want to make money.
Pretty consistently about 450,000 USD per month.
The money's coming from blowjobs, gangbangs, sex.
Sitting pretty at the top of the pile, facilitating this sexual revolution, is OnlyFans.
They're a multi-billion-dollar powerhouse.
The platform creating sex celebrities who flaunt their bodies.
Yes, I am on OnlyFans, and it's a lot spicier than my Instagram page.
I love Bonnie Blue!
By straddling the boundaries of public decency.
I want to sleep with 130 barely legal 18-year-olds.
The more they comment and the more they hate us, the more money we make.
I clearly have sex, I get paid, I earn money, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Just bought a new watch.
I'm not just a slut, I'm a smart slut.
Oh, slay sis, go queen.
But is too much sex actually, well, too much?
I think creators are becoming extremely manipulative and clever.
And in the desire for titillation,
I just had the best sexting session with one of you guys.
Is anyone really getting bang for their buck?
The mental and emotional trauma that I see when they walk into my office is immense.
Who's exploiting who here?
Ready, set,
let's go.
So what jewelry would you like to take?
Well, as soon as the diamond necklace is left in New York.
It seems like a relatively mundane scene, packing bags for a road trip.
I was going to wear that in Ibiza recently, but I think I was bloated that day.
Well, think about it, because you cannot be bloated
That and a
with
bandeau
these.
and what? Knee-high boots?
But this will be no ordinary journey.
So, this year we're going for leather.
And Tia Billinger is no ordinary traveller.
Then I need sexy, but nice. Do you know what I mean?
Better known as Bonnie Blue, she's one of the most famous porn stars on the internet, and therefore also in the world.
For me, happiness, especially at this moment in time, is making the content I absolutely love doing. My only passion is consensual sex and having a good life.
When 26-year-old Bonnie says she's only passionate about passion, though, that's not entirely the truth. She also loves publicity, good and bad.
I need to put loads of these as well, actually.
Her latest stunt, a real jaw-dropper,
Hey boys, I am going to be going to universities.
is designed to cause maximum outrage.
There's one drawer in here, and it has some perfume, lube, condoms, and wet wipe.
I brought a camper van, and it's been wrapped in Bonnie Blue Bang Bus sign. I'm going to start in Scotland and travel my way down the UK and fuck as many students as possible at many universities.
You heard right. A nationwide sex marathon with who knows how many young male uni students willing to further their education by enrolling in Bonnie's intercourse course.
I want to celebrate them getting into university, which is an amazing achievement, but also I want to drain them. I want to be covered in their fluids and I want to have sex with them.
Perhaps not everyone's cup of tea, But Bonnie seems genuinely turned on by the prospect. She also knows hustles like this excite her bank manager.
Oh, I'm so proud of what I do now. I think it is crazy, and sometimes I can't believe my life. It goes from sometimes very, very wholesome to suddenly the biggest slut possible within a space of 12 hours.
The truth is, Bonnie's fans are happy to part with their money to meet her in the flesh. Others pay to see even more of her on subscription-based platforms like OnlyFans, which is now a global phenomenon. The website boasts 377 million subscribers, peeping into the not-so-private lives of over 4.5 million content creators.
If you was to look on OnlyFans homepage, it's cooking shows, yoga retreats, it looks sort of like YouTube, but that isn't where the money comes from. The money's coming from blowjobs, gangbangs, sex.
OnlyFans and online platforms like it are taking pornography to the masses, and it's just so easy. With a couple of bucks and a few clicks on a keyboard, both customer and creator can feel the pleasure.
OnlyFans made it more like the people you either went to school with, people you knew of, influencers. And it made it seem like, oh, different body shapes, different types, different level of sex can be posted and you can earn an income from. Like a lot of people on OnlyFans just upload bikini photos or maybe just naked photos. Then you have some people like myself who upload crazy gangbangs.
Okay, come in, boys.
Of course, there are solo performers, but Bonnie's made her name and fortune using a cast of thousands.
I'm off the locker room to get locked up and punished for taking so many men.
Her MO is to invite her OnlyFans fans to get in on the action.
So we're heading straight to Miami.
And she's more than happy to travel to them.
God, I mean, this year I've been to New York, Texas, Vegas, LA, Miami, Mexico, Maldives, Greece, Romania. Like, God, honestly, the list goes on and on and on.
This emu really made us jump. But then
Even Australia's ridden the wave of Bonnie's blue moves.
Like, my camera roll goes from last week I was snorkeling and free diving with nurse sharks, and then it goes to a close-up picture of my pussy that I sent to one of my subscribers. And I love the comparison. I love the fact I'm able to do both. Hey, parents. Thank you for making such a big boy.
It might look like sex comes naturally, but behind the cheek.
I'm gonna make sure he settles into university very well.
Bonnie's running a big team, including a manager, stylist, photographers, publicists, and security guards.
I think the side that a lot of people don't see is the amount of hours that I spent where I'm just on a laptop, where I'm spent chatting online, I'm on calls, I'm making custom requests. And that's a part of the job I sort of don't show because it's very intimate.
But like in any business, hard work pays off. She has claimed earnings of $2 million a month.
I've got a Ferrari, I've never drove it. I've got zero interest in it, to be honest. It just looks good.
Just give it a blip on the right.
And it is not going to move.
Promise it won't. Just...
That's really loud.
My wardrobe is probably just over £1 million. But the best thing about earning money is the memories you can make from it.
Stand still, please.
I've always said I'd sell every item of clothing I've got, the cars, anything, and I'd replace it with memories. But I'm very fortunate that I can do both.
I've had dinner with Bonnie in New York City, and she is a really, really bright content creator. When you meet her, she is very posh, she's very well presented, she's very businesslike, and she knows exactly what she's doing. She runs her back end very much like a Fortune 500 company.
Running her back end like a business is an interesting turn of phrase, but Andrew Buckman should know. He's the head of Creators Inc., one of a slick new breed of super agents representing hundreds of OnlyFans content creators who dream of being as successful as Bonnie Blue.
The company started during the pandemic and has grown to over $100 million a year in revenue company. We truly are the global leader in talent management in this new Hollywood.
While the porn industry used to exist in the shadows, this new Hollywood operates in broad daylight.
The profile that OnlyFans has is absolutely mainstream. And what I believe that company did was figure out how to get every normal walk of life consumer to be comfortable with what it is, and they're comfortable putting their credit card on the website.
Andrew's job is to empower more and more unknowns and turn them into more and more OnlyFans stars.
Gonna go upstairs and shower, do some work, and gather some of our clients, get them prepped for their podcast today, and some various content around the city.
The fact that these people with a phone in their hand can control their destiny, and they're not at the mercy of big studios or networks deciding who's gonna be famous, who's gonna get airtime. The marketplace is extremely efficient. The world decides who wins.
We used to have a Ferrari for photo shoots, but the Rolls is better.
This mansion in the hills outside Los Angeles.
The gym in here, if you ever want to stop by and just like make content or even just get a workout.
Is head office for OnlyFans talent management company, Creators Inc.
Can I get you a drink?
Whatever you want. Jesus. That's the most organized bridge I've ever seen.
We've made over 250 self-made millionaires on OnlyFans.
We have our music studio in here. This is a $25,000 microphone.
We vet creators not by their followers, but by their ability to make good content. We will work with anybody who can make good content.
It looks like fun, but this is a serious workplace. Creator houses like these are the engine room of the OnlyFans economy.
Still in Miami? Would you miss your flight?
And to be invited here is an important step for wannabe stars, who quickly discover that naked ambition comes with a strict blueprint.
Now, these content creators have to first learn mainstream content. How do I get engagement in the algorithm and make good content? Because what happens when I make good content? Somebody watches a piece of my media, they follow me, then they watch 6 more pieces of my media, then they feel like they know me, and now I can monetize them on OnlyFans.
Do you think you can take me down? You're gonna take video? I don't know, but I'm gonna try.
We've got Giorgio in our house right now, who's extremely viral. He's known in the US for being a wrestler. He holds up a sign and says,
Take me down, get $1,000. Overall, Creators Inc. has definitely helped my career and helped me grow. Its main focus is driven by OnlyFans as well. I do have an OnlyFans, it's Honey G. But yeah, you can find a different side of me on there.
Giorgio's here with Adventures with Vic, who's an amazing content creator herself.
Well, I'm best known for my booty, so she always goes viral. Make a lot of content surrounding my body.
Really, the commonality between all of our creators today is that they figured out how to make really good content on either Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and these platforms, because that's what's grabbing their audience's attention and allowing them to funnel onto a site like OnlyFans where they're able to transact.
A lot of people think that when you put yourself out on the internet like that you're not spiritual or that you don't believe in God, but honestly, OnlyFans gives me the time freedom to really dive into spirituality, spend the time with myself to really get to know myself and have a relationship with God, which for OnlyFans I didn't actually have because I didn't actually have the time freedom to think about it.
While Vic finds salvation, her followers are happy to see her sin. And for $22 a month on OnlyFans, they can.
Yeah, I think I've made enough money to be set for life.
It is becoming mainstream. You know, there's still content creators that fear the stigma of it. They very much felt like they were on the edge of uncertainty. If I jump in this lake, am I gonna look like a fool and everybody else is gonna be on the outside pointing? And now, you know, everybody's in the pool.
So I became known as Australia's most sexually active woman. I've been railed by first-timers, college boys, elderly men, 59-year-old dads. I've basically done it all, but I want more.
For 28-year-old Annie Knight, more happens on the Gold Coast. which not surprisingly has become a mecca for Australian OnlyFans content creators.
I was working in marketing and I honestly was quite depressed. I was constantly thinking to myself, this can't be life. There has to be more to life. I'm not happy. I can't live the next 40 years like this. And then one day I was scrolling on my TikTok and I saw a creator talking about this site called OnlyFans and how much money she was making and the life that she was living and, you know, how she was setting herself up for her future. And I was like, all of a sudden this like spark ignited in me.
Annie's exposure on OnlyFans started with skimpy bikini photos. But she soon realised to earn the big money, she had to reveal much more of herself.
I just had the best sexting session with one of you guys, my subs. Wow.
I think I made like $45,000 the first month that I did it full time. So I was like, this is so easy, wow. And then obviously the market just became way more saturated. So every girl, it seemed like, was joining OnlyFans and it did become a lot harder. You know, with the idea of having to set myself up for my future, it wasn't gonna be enough. I wasn't gonna be able to buy a house. I wasn't gonna be able to make sure that I am, I guess, financially secure for forever. So that's when I was like, right, I need to come up with a plan, and I am a planner. So I came up with a 5-year sort of business model or strategy.
It's smart thinking. Plot world domination while relaxing on the beach.
I'm a full-blown anorexic, so I look at me right now and I'm like, I'm so pale, but everyone's like, oh my God, you're so tan. So there you go.
But for Annie, it clearly paid off.
But now that I've arrived, it's about to get really hot. I was trying to find my feet. I was trying to figure out who I was as well as who I am as a creator. And I always get asked how I get railed by guys that are not attractive and like how I get through it. So I started talking about, you know, the experiences I was having, and a lot of them were a bit outrageous to a lot of people. To me, they were just my experiences.
How many people? Probably 300.
Jesus. If you don't know, I've been with 600 people this year and I have kept their statistics in my phone. Very quickly, they just gained heaps and heaps of traction. They were getting millions of views. Everyone seemed to be talking about it. It was like my income, I think, quadrupled that month. It just kept going up and up and up. And I was like, okay, this is it.
This is what I spent in a day as a millionaire.
While Annie Knight's job often makes people gasp, so too does her pay packet. She claims earnings from OnlyFans of up to $600,000 a month.
So obviously, yeah, we're getting like that reach in the US that the goal of this tour was for.
It's little wonder she's employed 24-year-old publicist Emma Gilman.
If you're a Marvel fan like me, everyone knows that the Avengers had their battle here.
On a recent promotional blitz across Europe and America, the pair worked their magic.
I'm so proud of you. I might go to a mainstream networking event and everyone's going, oh yeah, I work in finance. I work as a dentist. What do you do? Oh, I do PR for porn stars. It's fascinating.
All media is good media, so you can't.
Well, yeah, I think if that's the thing that hooks them in.
Yeah, exactly. And then once you read it, they're like, it's like, I don't really care anyway.
Your name and a headline, if that's what they need to get people to click.
Yeah.
There's a real appetite for reaching wider audiences, making people angry, and then making people go, I need to see what's going on behind the paywall, and clicking to do that.
Didn't know these 3 things about the industry.
Attracting subscribers to an OnlyFans page is a serious battle for eyeballs.
Which I think if you're happy to talk about it, people love a bit of, like we can...
But Emma and Annie have mastered the dark art of spinning controversy into publicity.
I'm in Miami and I can't wait to try the local delicacies, if you know what I mean. Rage baiting is basically putting something out on the internet that you know is going to make people so angry that they're going to comment and that there might be media written about it and everyone's going to be so outraged that it's going to go viral, essentially. And everyone's going to see our faces, our names over every media outlet in the world. I am currently getting railed by 13 people in 5 hours. I've just had my first one. He was great. And that's sort of, I guess, where like the stunts started happening.
They don't say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery for nothing. And by touting scandalous real-life sex stunts with multiple, barely legal 18-year-olds.
With 23 guys today, so it's a big day, and then we're going to be filming with Bonnie tomorrow, doing some like huge group scenes. So lots of fun content to come. I'm super excited.
It was inevitable Annie would hook up with that other notorious rage baiter, Bonnie Blue.
you've only got a matter of seconds before someone scrolls off. So you have to word it in the harshest way possible to get people to just sit and listen. It'll be like, I want the most barely legal students I can find. I want to drain them and I want to take their virginity. It'll be something like that, and then everyone is so infuriated.
We've got the first group coming soon. We're so excited. I cannot wait to be covered in fluids.
Word of Annie and Bonnie's proposed spectacular Down Under achieved the coverage they craved.
We made it to schoolies.
We did. I'm excited for you.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
There was only one problem though. It was Australian and Fijian immigration officials who were rage-baited the most.
Adult content creator Bonnie Blue has had her Australian visa cancelled.
She's been labelled a predator and has even been thrown out of Fiji after planning to recruit the young men that she describes as barely legal to film with.
Obviously, there was an element of rage bait to that. Did we expect it to blow out to the point where she got deported from Australia and we got deported from Fiji? Absolutely not.
My name's Tia Billinger, also known as Bonnie Blue. And I just want to apologise to absolutely nobody. I love doing this.
No 18-year-old or anyone I've ever slept with has ever come forward and said, I didn't know it was being filmed. Oh, she bribed me. Oh, she forced me into it. Because that is not the case, and it's never, ever going to be the case. They're 18, it's consensual. I love it, they love it. It's as simple as that.
But even OnlyFans has its limits. Bonnie Blue's antics was starting to make them see red. The blowback was hurting the company.
Building an entire business model off of the most depraved and horrible things.
She has to be some sort of demon.
Do you know how many years you've set about feminism?
Sometimes I'll go a good few days and I think, or even weeks, I'm like, wow, I've not said anything to really piss people off at the moment. But no, I honestly do find it entertaining.
For a lot of people, the idea of having sex wearing a bright pink balaclava would be a turn-off. But not for most of these almost 600 blokes, who in May this year lined up to share the briefest of intimate moments with OnlyFans creator Annie Knight.
You guys excited?
Yeah.
Me too. We're going to start, I think, with 5 guys at a time, and then we might go to 10 at some point. Preparing for my 583-man challenge was a lot of work. I sort of started the planning, I think, 6 weeks before, and I had to organise, you know, condoms. I had to organise wristbands. I had someone handing out their balaclavas that I also had to order.
Thank you.
I was like so stressed in the lead up to it because I wanted everything to run smoothly. I wanted everyone to be safe. I wanted to be safe, and I also wanted to enjoy the day. So there was, a lot of organisation involved.
Annie, we're up to 356. Are you ready?
I'm always ready, babe.
When I did my challenge, I was not trying to break any records. I wasn't doing anything that was like purposely meant to outrage people. I did that because I had had so much success on the platform. I'd got to have so many amazing experiences online with my subscribers, and I think I just wanted to give them the opportunity to have those same experiences in person. Finally get the opportunity to meet me and I guess live out their fantasy. And it was really cool for me too.
Are you guys ready to rail me?
Yeah.
Let's go. That wasn't loud enough. One more time.
I had people drive like 12 hours to be there on the day. I had another guy that flew from Melbourne in the morning to come for an hour and then fly back to Melbourne.
Very excited. I've been following her for a very long time, and I really wish to see her. And now that the dreams have come true, which is very great, very lucky as well.
The mathematics of the mammoth mission meant Annie had to interrupt coitus every 30 seconds for a new partner. But she claims there were no complaints from the 583 men she met on the day. And like them, she too went home satisfied.
Oh my God, yes, I enjoyed the day so much. That was one of my favorite days ever. Yes, okay, it's a little bit transactional in that they're coming in for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, but the amount of like mutual respect and communication and consent that was happening, you know, guys asking, is it okay if I do this? Or me saying, oh, please don't do that. It honestly felt like a picnic, even though it wasn't.
If having sex with this many men in 6 hours seems shocking or even implausible,
This message is for dads, husbands, students, and of course, barely legal 18-year-olds.
it's nothing compared to Bonnie Blue's sex stunt. She managed to make 1,000 men smile in one day.
Whether you are barely legal or barely breathing, I want to pleasure you and give you something that your wife is not.
I'd done many TikToks beforehand to say, hey boys, sort of come and meet me on this date.
On the 11th of January, I'm going to be in London. I'm going to be on my back, and I'd like your load.
We knew it was going to be big. I don't think we anticipated how big.
If you don't want your face in it, wear a mask.
Like, it really was the most crazy experience of my life.
Of course you can, I'm all yours. Honestly, make me all slow.
A beautiful guy called Joseph brought his mum to the event. Sort of, still don't fully understand sort of why, but, you know, if he's got a good relationship with his mum, fantastic, good on Joseph. I was very lucky to take his virginity. And his mum started to realise these men are coming out naked. This, you know, isn't some sort of show, I think, that she expected. She realised this was sex.
Put your clothes on and come. Otherwise I'll get the police to come for you. Put on your clothes now and come out.
She was shouting for Joseph to come back, said she was going to call the police.
Joseph, where's your coat? Downstairs.
And yeah, Joseph was dragged out by his mum.
Bye, Joseph.
And he was shouting, I'm going to come back later.
I am one lucky girl today.
If you skim over it, it looks like the most insane, like, experience. Like, I'm non-stop getting, like, swamped with people. It's just guy after guy after guy. And I look at that and think, how? How did I manage that?
It's a good question, especially if you do the sums.
Yes, how many of you are stuck in there? 2,000. 2,000.
The reason I was able to cause such a stir in the media and on social media is because they saw a bit more of the men. They saw a bit more of how it works, the queuing, the ski masks. And it really shocked, well, just about everybody.
Extraordinarily, Bonnie's interaction with her fans won her thousands of new subscribers to her channel.
I think the biggest misconception about people who subscribe to OnlyFans content creators is that they are incels or men that hate women and men that are porn addicts. I think people want to be disgusted by men who subscribe to OnlyFans creators, but I do think there's a real argument for it allowing people to have connection in a way that they may have previously been completely alone.
It's crazy how close my relationship builds with them online. And I think that's a part of the job people sort of don't see or they completely forget about.
They can watch porn on RedTube or Pornhub, but with OnlyFans, they're trying to build a relationship, a connection with these women.
In another life, Amanda Goff was Samantha X, one of Australia's most successful high-class escorts. She knows exactly what clients want when they contact sex workers, but it's not what you might think.
The thing that struck me the most about being an escort was that the sex industry wasn't about sex at all. It was about connection. It was about lonely men. It was about vulnerable men. It was about men that were searching for something deeper than just the way a woman looked and the way a woman felt. Quite often I was the person they confided in the most in their lives.
Now a writer, she says the new world of digital intimacy has radically altered the entire sex industry. Much more user-friendly, in exchange for a monthly fee, OnlyFans customers gain direct personal access to the object of their desires.
I think the fundamental change has been our mobile phones. Back in the olden days, you'd have to get in your car or walk to an establishment, make a phone call, use the phone boxes, whatever you had to do, and you'd have more eyes on you, whereas now it's digital, it's everywhere. We live on our phones, we live on our screens, and that's where sex work is.
Hi, my love. Are you ready to join my exclusive orgy club and hear me moan your name in a custom video?
I think a lot of people, they ask the question, why do people join OnlyFans? People don't realise how much I have relationships with my subscribers. We talk every single day. You know, they're getting content from me, yes, and there is obviously a sexual side of it, but, you know, they might send me photos of their dinner. I might send them photos of my outfit.
For Annie Knight's fans, access, and sex, of course, is on the menu virtually 24/7.
Do you guys have any questions for me? I want to catch up with you guys, see what's been going on.
I
For many followers, tuning into live streams like this is a daily event not only worth looking forward to, but also worth paying for. But Amanda Goff, who briefly dabbled with OnlyFans, confesses some of the interactions can be dodgy.
So when I had my OnlyFans account, I had nothing to do with my OnlyFans account, and I do apologise to the men that signed up, but they got a few photos, but I wasn't answering their messages. I had an assistant to do that. Men are getting addicted or hooked on the fake connection they're getting with these women. I think creators are becoming extremely manipulative and clever. I think they absolutely know what they need to say, what they need to do to get that subscriber hooked.
By the time people get to me, they are broken. A lot of the time people think that sex addiction is people running around having lots of sex, whereas for many of my clients, they aren't having sex at all. They are addicted to online platforms, to pornography, and it has become a compulsive, sexualised behaviour where they can't stop.
Australian men are increasingly finding themselves in the care of sex addiction therapists like Tori McCarthy.
It's already a big problem and it's only growing. There's a whole generation of young men in Australia that are at huge risk for developing issues and compulsive behaviours around platforms like OnlyFans, and really not knowing how to be intimate, not knowing how to be in connection with themselves or the people that are in their lives.
But an OnlyFans addiction doesn't just affect users. Creators can also get hooked on the perks of selling sex.
It's just this marketing giant machine. You know, who's exploiting who here?
Hey guys, everyone's slowly joining. Someone asked a question, what's the next big thing?
We've had the girls sleeping with 1,000 men in 24 hours. What's next? No, what is next? 2,000 in 24 hours, 3,000. And of course, women can do what they want with their bodies, but it comes at a huge consequence, which is their mental health.
People say that OF girls don't help society at all. But here I am at the care home, helping out.
Isn't she sweet?
In a world where it takes more and more extreme content to make it truly big, real harm is being done.
I mean, I get told to commit suicide a lot. I get told people want to come and kill me. They want to leave me black and blue. They want to put me in a coffin. Honestly, the list is never ending.
I did feel like a gamble. I was really nervous when I did it. I thought maybe this is the worst thing I can do for my brand.
The content creators on OnlyFans are increasingly diverse. Sure, there are the X-rated exhibitionists out to make fast millions.
He crosses the line. Well.
But there are others who see the cash as a means to a more practical end.
During the biggest month, I made my yearly rowing salary in a month. I need to make money somehow. My name is Robbie Manson. I'm an Olympic rower from New Zealand and an OnlyFans star, I guess.
But look at Manson, he's just killing it. Robbie Manson is just sensational.
I always loved sport, and watching the Sydney Olympics when I was 10 years old, I was just glued to the TV the whole time and dreamed of being an Olympian, but never thought that it would ever happen.
On the world stage, Robbie was trying his hardest to make his name as one of the best. But the cost of the sport was threatening to sink his career. Dedication alone wasn't paying the bills.
The funding we get as athletes is to live on. We have to pay our rent, we have to buy food, we often have to eat more than the average person because we are training 20 to 30 hours a week. And the majority of the time that I have been an athlete, I've made enough to live on, but not enough to save. So I've been living more or less week to week.
After years of struggling, finally a stroke of good luck. Robbie discovered some fellow Olympians were using OnlyFans to help boost their bottom line. His brain told him it was time to exploit his obvious brawn and join the club.
Take 1,000 naked pictures while you're young and post them all over the internet.
I've had a great experience on the platform. I make really good money doing it.
A couple of days ago, I crossed the six-figure mark, which for somebody who comes from no money, that is insane.
Athletes don't own their platforms. They're not in complete control. They are part of somebody else's web and network, so they're a line item on the balance sheet. Now they're able to monetize their audience directly, and so it creates financial freedom for them.
Olympians are sort of seen in that, I guess, role model light, and I was really nervous about how that might be affected. I vividly remember posting that and just being so scared about what the reactions might be.
Robbie's big bet, though, paid off. He was flooded with support, not only from newfound fans, but even rowing's governing body in New Zealand.
It is a fine line to walk, but I saw an opportunity there and I thought that I could make it work in a way that wasn't explicit.
Access to Robbie's pics costs about $20 a month, for which OnlyFans takes 20%. Subscribers get nude photos, but nothing pornographic. For many creators on the platform, though, stopping it tasteful isn't that easy.
Yeah, well, there's always the saying that sex sells. So OnlyFans is really leaning into that. But yeah, I think OnlyFans, like for a lot of people, can be a slippery slope, and the money and like the financial reward can push people to do more and more. And I guess like the money and financial side is very addictive.
I think a lot of girls go into it with the idea of just doing bikini stuff, thinking that's all it is, and then they get hooked in by the money, and then they do things that they don't necessarily want to do or that they may regret. It's just like the money to them becomes this overpowering thing, which I think that's where I differ. This was a passion of mine. This is something I'm genuinely interested in and that I think I can be really good at. So yeah, that's why I always say whenever I'm giving advice out to girls who are like, I want to start an OnlyFans or, you know, anything like that, I always say, do you really though? Take the money out of it. If money wasn't a part of it, would you want to do it?
It's honestly the most crazy life, but I've never been more happy, grateful, and just thankful. Like each day is so varied. The life I live now, the money I earn, I never even knew was possible. I know everyone has an uproar and they have a comment to say about it, but it's something one way or another they fought for, they've asked for. And now that I'm a clear example of, hey, you wanted independent women, you wanted someone that didn't rely on a guy to pay bills, well, that's exactly what I do.
I don't see it as a platform of empowerment. I feel like it's a huge trap that so many younger people are walking into, and they just don't know the dangers.
And one of the biggest is the hidden grind to succeed. Don't laugh, but it's a tough job being sexy.
We work. We obviously are hustlers. That's why we're in the industry. We want to make the most money. And so we don't take breaks. We work from the minute we wake up to the minute we go to sleep, and we are constantly producing content, doing admin, talking to subs.
I have seen women in such deep depressions from being used for such a long period of time. At the beginning, that cost may not feel like it's so high, but after months or years of being on these platforms, that cost is huge. And the mental and emotional trauma that I see when they walk into my office is immense.
Unless, of course, you're Bonnie Blue.
I have no trauma, no daddy issues, no one's forcing me to do this. I do it because I love it.
What challenges do you have next?
My next one is Bonnie Blue's petting zoo.
What the hell is that?
Well, I am going to be in a glass box, tied up, and it's going to be open for the public.
When Bonnie Blue announced this new challenge in June...
Are you going to be naked?
I'm going to be naked. I mean, I might start off with clothes on and they can cut them off or take them off.
Even OnlyFans choked and said enough was enough.
Bonnie came out with her newest stunt, and I think the framing around it was different. It shifted. It didn't feel kind of edgy and silly. It felt dangerous. I think OnlyFans made the right call in saying this is something that will not go on our platform.
As sad as it is for Bonnie to have lost her main source of income, I think it was very important that OnlyFans make that move and ban her from the platform, I guess to make an example out of her in a way, because that's when other creators who had came up with these other crazy ideas that they were going to stop doing that. I'm very glad that Bonnie didn't go ahead with her petting zoo.
I just feel frustrated by the situation. I felt very isolated and felt like I was being treated differently. The only difference between me and the other content creators that remain on the platform is they don't get as many views or they don't get as much press.
It's really scary that it appears that there are no limits to what people will do on social media and in the real world these days. A lot of young people go down this path not having an awareness of where this is going to end and not realising the impact that their digital print is going to have on their future selves. And it is scary.
I started thinking, right, I don't think I can keep doing this because I think creators are taking it too far now.
I was also thinking about like music. Obviously, it's going to be very Taylor Swift heavy unless you give me some.
OnlyFans creator Annie Knight has based herself on the Gold Coast for 4 years, having moved here from Melbourne.
Daft Punk, the whole playlist.
By her side, longtime friend, now fiancé, Henry Brayshaw.
It was going to be Tuesday.
I literally was saying to my friends, I'm never going to find love. No one's ever going to accept me for who I am and what I do. It's amazing to have such a supportive fiancé. I get to like have my cake and eat it too, you know. I get to have my career, which I'm so proud of and I love so much, and I get to have, you know, this person that I've been in love with since I was 19. Our bond is much stronger than most because he loves me for me and fully accepts me for who I am.
Obviously, our house is gorgeous, but it feels a bit like bland. Obviously, we want to get peacocks eventually.
For sex workers on OnlyFans,
peacocks are stupid.
Peacocks aren't stupid.
Traditional romantic relationships can be complicated.
It does blur with OnlyFans because you've got these subscribers that you build connections with, and yes, you are filming with other men, but I film a great scene and then I come home to my fiancé who I love.
I get her complete and full attention in a completely different capacity to what people would say. And we don't talk about work much anyway. When I worked FIFO, we didn't talk about that a lot. Like, how often do you really speak about work? You know, it's her industry, it's her work. I have my industry, my work. It's not without its challenges, and every relationship has them, but yeah, it's just like any other job. So it doesn't really affect me at all.
Obviously, in the far future, we want to have kids and raise a family, but that's a little while off. So yeah, I guess just like getting ready to build our life together. And at that point, hopefully I'll have enough content. I'll have put in the hard yards on my OnlyFans where I can go and do that, and that's sort of working in the background. So that's sort of something I'm looking at now for the future.
We should go out for dinner this week.
Yeah, we should.
I'm hoping that within the next 20 years, doing OnlyFans is just something that's like, oh yeah, I'm a plumber.
I think if my job is done correctly, OnlyFans creators will be the new celebrities. That's the idea, is that I want people to see a creator like Annie Knight and see an influencer who has an OnlyFans, not a porn star. When Annie started marketing, her focus was talking about how many men she slept with and crazy sex stories. Once we've hooked them, you can either go more extreme or you can take that attention and redirect it and go, and she's engaged. And that's really intentional so that she's able to diversify her income, so she's able to, you know, build a brand that lasts beyond when she wants to keep doing porn.
Hi, my name is Annie Knight, and I'm taking my mum on a trip of a lifetime.
It might be wildly optimistic, but Annie dreams of a future where instead of seeing her in all her glory, her 80,000 followers will happily pay to see her glorious holiday adventures with her mother.
It's been fantastic.
I'm so glad.
Elder stateswoman of Escorts Amanda Goff sees it otherwise.
Sex work is normalised, but worse than that, it's glamorised, and I have a real problem with that. What these girls might not realise at their age is that, sure, there's nothing wrong with being a sex worker, but you will always be known as one. And it doesn't matter what I do now. I could be, you know, I am a Pilates teacher, a journalist, an author, but I will always be formerly Samantha X. I will always be that girl.
But being that girl is exactly what Bonnie Blue wants.
I've been in the industry just 2 years and I've made the biggest impact there is to make, and I'll continue doing that. And people think, oh, she's had a 5-minute fame and she's going to disappear. Well, it's 2 years on and I've got a bigger platform than ever. And I don't think there's anyone, whether it's an 18-year-old or somebody's grandma, that doesn't know my name or know what I do.
Kicked off OnlyFans earlier this year, she couldn't care less. And far from going bust, her career didn't miss a beat or a payment when she signed up with copycat site Fansly.
I'm not just a slut, I'm a smart slut. I understand marketing, I know how to pleasure, and when you put both of them together, you're clearly going to have a very successful woman. You know, if here's the limit, I want to be sat at the limit.
One thing that I've always thought is I'll ride the wave as long as it lasts, but it's really important to have no expectations and know that it's not going to be like this forever. So just appreciate it and make the most of it, but don't become reliant on it and don't push beyond what I'm comfortable with.
Spoken like a true elite athlete, Robbie Manson knows his limits. But he also knows platforms like OnlyFans have helped extend his rowing career.
It's been life-changing for me. And I'm still scared about what I'm going to do long term and don't have everything figured out. But I feel like OnlyFans has helped me be more financially stable and set myself up.
When it comes to being set up for life, it's the same for Bonnie Blue and Annie Knight, whose bodies of work, whether you like it or not, are leaving an indelible legacy on the adult entertainment industry around the world. And because of that, they, more than anyone, deserve the final words.
It's really hard to try and get people to understand that I'm not lying when I say I love what I do and I do enjoy it. I enjoy having sex. God forbid a woman enjoys having sex. There's no other job like it.
How am I ever going to get old and regret this? And I'm choosing to do this. I've never ever played victim. I'm not a victim. So I always imagine I'm going to be in old people's home. And I think, would I be ashamed of what I do now? And honestly, I'm going to be nothing but proud.